In DAISY, with the trading that is done, there are in the referral plan upfront money and back-end money that is paid, but also for those of us who have different tier levels in the DAISY opportunity, there are fees that are withdrawn when we make a withdrawal from our trading account. And there is also a regularly posted withdrawal at every 6 months window. In this video, one of our friends, Kevin, will be explaining how that 30% works, what it's for, what it's designed to do, and you'll get complete clarity from him. So do please pay close attention so that you understand how this fits into the overall working of your account, the fairness of it, and how it also can benefit you if you are someone who is referring and building a team.
This video is going to talk about how the DAISY 30% withdrawal fees actually work. There's been a lot of confusion in the marketplace, and I'm here to finally set the record straight. First and foremost, we're going to cover a lot of the key withdrawal basic concepts. So let's get started. So first of all, first thing I want to mention is there is no 30% fee. There is actually a 15% plus 12.5% plus 1.25% plus 1.25% fee. This is why you never saw a 30% fee. We're just putting those all together to simplify the overall situation. They all come together. They all get paid out for the exact same reasons. More on that as we continue. There's two types of withdrawals. One is manual. You see your profits there on the trading. You can hit that button and you can manually request your profits. The second kind is called the 6-month automated profit withdrawal, right? And there's a fee associated with that. So we're going to talk about that a little bit too, but this is only implemented now for the first time for those of you seeing this, and it'll now continue on smoothly over time, but the purpose of this video is because it's happening right now and nobody knows why. You can withdraw your profits from trading at any time. That I want to make sure and stipulate that. It's highly recommended that you do not withdraw your profits for at least 1 year so you can enjoy the benefits of compounding, right? Of course, you're allowed to do so. You can do so. I'm just making a suggestion as a leader, as someone who understands compounding, and kind of, I'm doing it for your own good, son and daughter, right? So all of this was laid out in the presentation. If you don't know these things, then you are not quite as prepared as you thought you were, and perhaps some review may be in order. Just saying, go back over an old presentation, just freshen up, and you'll see where it all is, and it'll make sense to you in a jiffy. All right, so let's look at some stuff here. You can see at the top, the headline, regular Endotech fees are 20%. That's what they charge. I circled it right there for you to see. So let's not forget that Endotech also has this original fee structure. $125,000 is the fee to join and work with Endotech primarily outside of DAISY. Most of you listening to that, I'm pretty sure, are a little bit light on the $125,000 annual fee. And they also charge 20% fee on profits, AKA also listed as an exit fee. This has been reduced with our company, which is DAISY, to 15%. They took a little bit of a haircut. So we'll talk about a lot of this in some upcoming slides. So let's look at this slide. You may recall from our presentation. Now, the corporate one is black and gold. This is our team one, where we use a few lighter colors, blues, and so on and so forth. But here is one of the slides taken directly from our presentation, the only presentation that we use, however. You can see here the arrow points to 70% of the trading profits are rewarded back to the contributor. This is why I don't understand the 30%. We talked about it the other way, half empty, half full, right? We talked about the 70 that you keep versus the 30 that you spend. And so as leaders, we'll take the brunt of the blow for you guys not understanding this 30% fee. You can also see that it says right there, 15% of the trading profits are rewarded back to the residual referral plan. So we'll break that down a little further, but you can see one of our slides definitely covered both of these things in detail right here. Next, we're going to talk about the level residual trading bonus. This is first and foremost one of the reasons we have the 30% fee. You can see it's itemized right there. 15% of the 30% fee is paid out in residuals. This is a good thing, folks. This is positive. This is more money in your pocket. This is awesome. So the person that directly brought you into the business is obviously level one, and they're going to make 3.5% of any profits that you make, right? And that only makes sense. They brought you into the game. They should be compensated for such. If you make $1 million through the trading account, you would not have made that if someone didn't recruit you and bring you to it. So they get paid 3.5%. And as you can see, 9 levels above them is paid out 1% per level to all the enrollment tree uplines. And you can see right there, it says this follows the enrollment tree, not the matrix tree. That means if somebody falls under you or spill over, that's not going to count because people aren't trying to give up the people that they brought in and those people that they brought in, and so on. So that's why you also see dynamic compression, which is a really cool thing, meaning if people fall below your 10 levels, which I've got thousands of people on my level 10, which means I must have thousands and thousands of people on 11, 12, and 13. So I'm happy that they have this, and you guys will be at some point too, if not already. You must qualify for this. Now, I'm not 100% sure on this, but I'm going to take a chance, a leap here. You can see where it says in the bullet points to the right, levels 3 through 10, follow matrix rules to qualify for levels. I believe this just means that you need to be at the same tier practice and so on as the people that you're trying to get paid upon in order to reach those levels. So that's what that's about. The 6-month rule to avoid conflict of interest, right? That's what I put. What do I mean by conflict of interest? Well, if Kevin sponsors Bill and Bill is making millions and millions of dollars, hopefully, right? Read the disclaimer, just an example. But Bill is making millions of dollars. Kevin wants that 3.5%. They're gonna be like, yo, Bill, you should really take some money off the table, man. You never know what's gonna happen, bro. You need to get some of that money. What am I saying? I'm really saying make a withdrawal so I can get my 3.5% of all your money. Bill is like, I want to keep compounding this so my kids and my grandkids can go to university and buy some land and do this and be set and be straight, or money for retirement in 10, 20, 30 years, whatever he wants to do. Whatever Bill's strategy is may be different from the upline strategy. So what they came up with is ingenious. Every 6 months, based on however many, whatever the profit total that Bill has, I'm going to get my 3.5% without him having to stop compounding and make a full withdrawal. Right? So that serves both of our needs. He can continue to compound, I can get paid out, and the uplines will all get paid out, which makes it really, really cool. We have residual income coming in. Let's move on. Let me show you a little bit here, since we're on the topic of withdrawals. Let me show you how this works. And I beat people up on the team all the time that are looking to make withdrawals. I know it's a free country. I know you guys can do what you want. But what I've learned is many people truly don't understand how big of a mistake it is to take profits. Again, you can do what you want to do. Get in where you fit in. You're not doing anything wrong. I'm just making sure you understand what you're leaving on the table. So here's an example of someone that was at tier 9, and they have 33,180 contributed. You see that, the top number in the green. We're also looking on the left where my bullet explanations are. So I don't have the picture, but 2 weeks ago, this account was at 37%. Which means it was 33,000 plus 12,279, right? 12,300 in profit. This person withdrew that 12,279, which is fine. That's in their right to do so. But you can see that that was the situation at the time. We're going to come back to this and see the consequences and repercussions of doing that. Okay, now let's look at this. This is a real-time slide. The same 33,180 is contributed. This grew a new 33%, right? 33.85%, which created a new profit of $11,232. Now, there's been no growth, AKA no compounding on the withdrawn 12,279. That money was taken out, so it's no longer in the system. It's being spent. That person's enjoying their money. What does this mean? Well, the 12,279, had it still been in there, instead of compounding or getting profits on 33,000, would have been profits on 45,500, right? And at 33.85%, that would have generated over and above the 1123 that you see there. It would have generated an additional $4,156. So that 4,156 is lost because the 12,279 is not there to appreciate the 33.85%. the most tragic part is it was just 10 days ago that this withdrawal was made. So this person basically lost $4,100 in 10 days. The scary part is this is going to go on forever. You can't make that back up. And that's the power and, or if you don't take advantage of it, the curse of compounding. So the total profit is 12,279 that they took out, plus the new 11,232 that is showing, for a total of 23,511. However, dun dun dun, the total profits should be 12,279 plus the 11,232 plus the 4156, which would have been $27,667. So you can see with compounding, just that one initial contribution of 33,180, had you let it compound an extra 10 days, instead of being greedy and taking out that withdrawal, which is your right to do so, you would have made 27,667. For those that withdrew this amount, you made 23,511. You're free to do what you want, folks, but that money's going to be lost over and over and over. That was just in 10 days. This can, again, go on for years and years and years to come, and the losses will be very immense. Another way that I typically illustrate it is there's two trains of thought. You can set it up like a 401k, or in Canada, we call them RRSPs, Registered Retirement Savings Programs, right? So this is a financial instrument that can bring you and your family generational wealth. And if you compound, then you're treating it as such and you're respecting it for what it is. And the other train of thought is you take out the money whenever you see it, whenever you need it, at will, but you're treating it more like, let's get some money for some groceries, let's get some money for Friday night, whatever. All right, so let's do this. I got some symbols here that I put just to break down what's going on. I lettered certain things and created a legend. So A, that means no money was received. So we know it was the 6-month fee, which was paid to Endotech and the uplines. That's the 30%. You see that it says 000 there on the right of that $1,004? That's an indicator that it wasn't a withdrawal. It's a little cheat code, sort of, right? No money actually was withdrawn except for that 1,000. That means it was the 30%. B means money was received, so it was a manual withdrawal paid to the user's wallet. That's the difference. So A is kind of a fee, B is a manual withdrawal that's paying you money. C, that's a clock. It means the payment is pending, right? You can see that at the bottom with the red arrow. So sometimes when you make a withdrawal, you didn't get the money in your wallet, you're wondering what's going on. That could take up to 48 hours. Sometimes it's a lot faster. Very rarely is it longer than that. So when you see the clock plus, by the way, when the clock is there, you can only have one withdrawal at a time, so you wouldn't be able to make a secondary withdrawal. Just so you're wondering why that is and what's going on, because I've heard that question in the groups as well. Moving on to D, you see a red upload sign. That means money is leaving your account, right? That's why it's red, it's minus, and that's usually a withdrawal of some kind. Well, that's all it can be, a withdrawal, so that's D. E is a green download sign. You can see this little arrow. That means money is coming into your account, which is a deposit or a contribution of sorts. So it keeps track of money coming in and money going out, very handy. So how to view and talk about the 30% fee, because that's one of the genesis of this video. Now, here are the wrong words, right? Someone actually said this. A couple of people said all these things in red. And know how I put it in red, because red is bad. They said 30% penalty. Do we have to pay the 30% penalty every time? Well, how many times do we have to pay this penalty? It's not a penalty, folks. How come we have to pay this 30% tax? Right? It's not a tax, man. Maybe to the letter of the law, whatever. But when you use these words, it's like half empty, half full. You're just putting a negative emotion around the whole thing, and it really is a great thing. They talk about it as charges. They talk about it as, someone actually said, is this some kind of Endotech cash grab? I never heard about it. I think they just put this in the smart contract to get our money. You know, someone said it's a gas fee, which it's not. Legitimate question, I guess, or gas charge. It's neither of those. And people said, these are extra charges we were never told about, which is why I use screenshots for my presentation to make sure that you got that vocabulary straightened out as well. Yes, I heard all of these various things live and direct. Now, some better words to use: proper connotations, positive-minded situation, residual income, because at the end of the day, that's really what it's that's what's going on here. They created residual income for it. I've never seen it in any other companies, especially a smart contract. Maybe it's out there. I haven't seen it. A perpetual money maker. It really is. You put money in one time, and as long as Endotech's making profits, there's always going to be perpetually money coming out. It's great. An automated income generator, a 15% broker fee on profits only, or a 15% performance fee. All major financial institutions charge this, and it makes sense. They only get paid the 15%, Endotech and or your uplines, if you're making money. If there's no money, they don't get anything. So it incentivizes them to do better and work hard for you. A good attitude goes a long way is the message. Key points to remember. You will not be double charged the 30%. We're only running like what's soon to be a multi-billion-dollar operation with some supercomputers here, artificial intelligence, but we forgot to stop charging the 30% over and over on multiple withdrawals. No, it pays, and it happens, the proper way. You can only have one withdrawal at a time. We covered that. If you don't see the dollar amounts after the withdrawal, then it is automated. We covered that too in my little legend. After a full withdrawal, you can go into a minus, right? Or a negative for a while as it resets to zero off of every withdrawal. So if you, like that person who took out their 12,300, their trading would go back to zero, like not their money, but their trading percent. And let's say the next trade that Endotech's AI system does is a trade that goes backwards or a loss, then you're going to be in the minuses for a little while. That just is what it is, or at zero, right? So that explains that. It's pretty simple. I've seen people freak out, not sure why, but of course no one likes to see a negative, but it's not confusing as to what happened. If you see a clock and a check mark, we talked about that. No withdrawal buttons means you are under the $20 minimum, right? It used to be $50. They recently moved it to 20. Hopefully that sticks. So in case when you're watching this video, it could be 20 or 50, I believe. Now that they've got 20 on there, it should hold. It could also mean if you don't have a withdrawal button, you have a pending withdrawal already, or from time to time, there could be server maintenance. So don't panic. We got you covered. That's what's going on. What I love about this system and this concept and this company is this can theoretically go on forever. If the AI keeps turning out profits, it's going to keep turning out percentages, which is an amazing thing. So without any further ado, I want you guys to enjoy the rest of your experience. Here's our legal disclaimer, and keep making those profits. And you should gladly pay the 30% because typically if you're also building a business, again, some people are just here for the contribution side and to accumulate some profits and some financial freedom, but some people are also building a team. And there's two different ways to get paid. You guys continue to enjoy them. But if the wheels keep turning, you could also be earning, didn't mean for that to rhyme, you could be earning some.
So that's it for the 30%. And I trust that's been really helpful. It has been for me. I know it will be for you. And let's move forward with greater clarity and the positivity that Kevin also spoke about. All right? Sounds good. Thanks. Bye-bye.